Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. For today's video, I'm basically just going to hype you up and tell you why I think that you're the coolest motherfucker in the world and why I think that you need to acknowledge that you're the coolest motherfucker in the world. Also, you're going to need two things for today's episode, something to puff on and something to drink. So to puff on, I have this new High 90s Indica. It's that High Walker OG. And then make sure that you have something to drink because I will not be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. Okay, let's get into it. Honestly, y'all know me. I overthink for no reason, literally everything all the time. And I was thinking, like, what really helps make life more fun, more, I don't like worth living type shit. I don't know. I've been doing like a lot of soul searching. I've also been hanging out with wonderful people. And I'm like, okay, I think I kind of know what one of like the little hacks to having a fun fucking life and a positive life and enjoying yourself is. What I'm trying to say is if you do not think that you are cool as fuck, there's a fucking problem. And I'm being so serious. If you do not 100% fuck with yourself, we need to work on that. And I'm talking about your personality, your style, your sense of humor, sense of self, your hobbies, whatever your fucking interests are. Like, you should just really fuck with yourself. And you're like, bitch, what does that mean? Like, what does that like even look like? I'll tell you, bitch. It means embracing it, not being embarrassed to show who you are, to be proud of who you are. Say that you're like, you know what, motherfucker? I love trains. I love to learn about trains. I love to collect trains. I love anything about fucking trains, but I don't really talk about it that much because nobody probably cares. And people are probably going to think that I'm weird because I'm not out here caring about like a fucking Ferrari or getting bitches or going to the club or whatever the fuck. I would rather be at home learning about fucking trains. You know what, bitch? I think that's cool. You can tell me about it. But also, fuck what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. Do you think you're fucking cool? That's what I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to talk about trains when you're out and about or just whatever, however it applies to you. The example that I'm thinking right now is like for me personally, making YouTube videos, a lot of people think that that is cringy as fuck. They're like, oh my God, like, does she think she's a fucking YouTuber? Well, if I'm making videos on YouTube, that would make me a YouTuber, would it not? Like, oh my God, like, she doesn't even have like that many followers. Bitch, literally everyone has to start somewhere. You don't just create an account with millions of followers. Like, I don't give a fuck what people who don't think about things and don't take chances because they don't want to look cringy. I don't really care what they think because they never actually do shit with their life. And when they do, anything that might be kind of cool and worth sharing, you never hear about it because they keep everything private and on the DL because like they don't talk about that shit. They're not braggy. It's like, okay, if that's what works for you. You would think, oh, we're not in high school anymore. It really is still a problem that a lot of people deal with, or at least that they're afraid of dealing with. And at the end of the day, the only people who are actually judging you are people who think everything is cringy, like what I was saying. They are very much still the same people they were in high school. Because, yeah, in high school, everything's embarrassing. Like, you can't do shit without feeling embarrassed in high school. But, like, you're supposed to grow out of that because when you don't, people who don't grow out of that mindset of, like, oh, well, this is what was cool and this is what got bitches when I was 16. Now those people are still only getting 16-year-old bitches. And that's a felony. Take a fucking hit. Also, I love how I'm making this video talking about like being cool. My shirt literally says Bigfoot is real and he tried to eat my ass. Now, personally, I think that's fucking cool. But when I wear this shirt out, not everybody thinks so. But I don't care. Don't wear it around kids, but trust me, I'm never around kids. Not my vibe. Okay, now let's talk about free will. Because when I was talking about how can life just be more enjoyable, more fun, more colorful for you, because as far as we know, we only have this one life. Obviously, we believe in like reincarnation or some kind of afterlife or, evolving or whatever the fuck, or maybe you're from a different galaxy. Whatever, bitch. Right now, as me, as Danny Watson, right here making this YouTube video, this is my only time that I know of doing this round. So I just want to make it fun as fuck. Like, I want to do the things that fucking interest me because what? I'm gonna die before I get to do them because I'm like, well, I was afraid of not looking cool. I was afraid of trying that shit for some fucking reason, and now I'll never give a shot. So here's the way that I look at it, okay? First of all, you need to think about it like it is so fun to just program your human, like physical body and your physical human experience. Like all the things that you do with your life, whether it's your fashion, your hobbies, your interests, your education, your friendships, whatever the fuck that it is that you do, you're programming your human experience. It's like a little game almost. Like, what do you want your character to fucking do? You're programming your human experience and you're like taking care of your human suit. Take a hit. Also, bitch, let's just be fucking real. The world we are living in, I know everybody loves to say, we live in the best time period ever. It's the best it's ever been in history. Da, 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 da. I actually don't give a fuck. I wasn't there in the past, so I can't speak for them, but it's a scary fucking time right now. The world is already scary. It's already difficult. It's already complicated. It's already challenging enough. And it doesn't cater to the people like you and me. And if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. So God forbid you give yourself something to make life more enjoyable that can't be taken from you, which is your joy, your sense of self, your personality, who you are, what makes you you, and not being embarrassed about that and not being ashamed of that and not being afraid to be loud and proud about that. I've said it before and I will say it again. Joy is an act of resistance. So maintaining your joy and maintaining like, bitch, I'm fabulous and I know who the fuck I am and I love who the fuck I am. I'm pretty as fuck. I love trains. I actually don't love trains, but I'm just going with this example from earlier in the video. I don't hate trains. I'm just not familiar with them, but no beef. It's like, okay, you go sit there and tell me about trains. You go sit there and tell me about fucking World War II. I don't give a fuck. If you're, that's probably my best friend, Emily Glad, who I'm referring to. I could sit there and tell you about the breakdown of like when YouTubers were really a thing and like the OG YouTubers and then like where are they now and like the fall of certain ones and Dramageddon and whatever the fucking case may be when it comes to the YouTube world. Also, I have other special interests, but like, you know what I'm saying. I'm just not gonna be like fucking embarrassed about myself or think that, oh my god, like I'm just so weird. Like, no, I'm just so weird. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. Like, bitch, if you're like, hey, what's new? I'm the type of person to be like, okay, well, I was actually just watching this video on like Colleen Ballinger situation and I don't give a fuck. What's new with me? Oh, I was watching a 4-hour video critiquing Joe Rogan. Sometimes I feel like Mindy from The Office when they're like, what's new with you? And she starts talking about like celebrity shit. I just feel like when someone's like, what's new with you? I'm like, well, this is how my special interest is going. And I will just like info dump. And bitch, I'm not embarrassed about it. And I was talking to my friend Thyme. They're amazing. I will put their Instagram in my description. But we were talking about like, what if we just like stop masking? Like, obviously it's not intentional, but like when we can, when we notice, like when we can try to be intentional about it. And like, I feel like we should all just do that all the time. I also feel like we should all just take a hit right fucking now. I want to end the video by saying you don't need to be cool in anybody else's eyes. You need to be cool in your eyes, and that will create confidence in yourself. And that's what people are attracted to, somebody who's confident. People want to be friends with a confident person. People want to date a confident person. People want to fuck a confident person. Tell me about your trains with confidence. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high. And Monkey says bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're so good. You always know when we finish up.